Ah, yes, it's a Joe Rogan-fueled conspiracy theory. They got to put that in the headline. And the only time they're going to talk about it is when Joe Rogan talks about it. That's the nature of celebrity in this country, my friends. Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on his show recently, once again. And in this episode, they discussed, why is it that this kid, this crazy guy, was able to get a shot off on Donald Trump, actually hit him in the ear. Nothing adds up, no formal reports. And he mentions a lot of strange things about it. They say the roof was sloped. We couldn't have anybody up there, but there was another sloped roof. They did have, and taller buildings too. And then Joe Rogan mentioned CNN was streaming this. Why? A rally in the middle of nowhere? CNN decides we're going to broadcast this? Did they receive a tip? Well, here's the funny thing. They reject Joe Rogan's statement vehemently. And people are saying, sue Joe Rogan and Spotify. But Joe Rogan's right. Just because he said CNN streaming this was weird doesn't mean CNN knew anything. I'll give you a very simple answer for Joe and Elon and for all the people who are angry. How is it that CNN came to stream this? Well, they claim they were awaiting news on a VP pick. I say shenanigans. Shenanigans. What? Trump was going to announce his VP at a rally in Butler? I watched the news. There was so little murmur about that. There was none. That I was in a poker room. Like, this is nuts. I live, eat, and breathe. Okay? The news. And there was nothing that was like, this is it, ladies and gentlemen, Trump is about to announce. We expected he was going to make an announcement in some formal capacity, some public statement on X or on Truth Social, not at a rally. But it's actually quite simple. How do we say that there may have been some nefarious dealings without CNN being aware of it? It's called someone tipped off CNN that they want to cover this rally. It's that simple. So the point that Joe's bringing up is that it's really weird. CNN was streaming this one rally, and they say, yeah, we're waiting to hear about the VP. Why? Let me give you a scenario. Somebody orchestrated an attempt on Trump's life. That's a fact. Let's say that there was another individual involved, and they went to CNN and said, there is going to be a life-changing, earth-shattering moment for this country at that Butler rally. You don't want to miss it. And then CNN goes, really? Then someone goes to the board or to the editorial control room and says, we got to cover this Butler rally. I got a source who's telling me something huge is going to happen. It might be the VP pick. And they go, really? Might be the VP? Yeah. They're saying something big's going to happen. Someone may have tipped off a producer, not explicitly stating there'd be an assassination attempt, but CNN felt compelled to go do it. Someone may have gone to them and said, he's going to announce the VP there. Trust me. Wink, wink. For whatever reason, it is weird that this one time they were streaming. CNN is outraged, of course. We have the clip. Let me play it from Joe Rogan.
Why did that guy try to kill Trump and almost succeeded? Why did he do that?
Well, I'd like to know that.
Well, yeah, but
that one's crazy. You know the whole deal with that guy's house, professionally scrubbed, no footprint on the internet, no social media footprint.
Yeah, there's 0% chance that he has no social media footprint.
He was in a BlackRock commercial.
Yeah.
Do you think BlackRock's a bad company?
I don't think any company is a bad company. Okay. I think their design is to make as much money as humanly possible. And I think if you're trying to make as much money as humanly possible, you're going to do some things that aren't necessarily good. The question is, if you're going to have an assassination attempt on the president, it's not like BlackRock's board sits down and votes on it.
Yeah.
No, this problem, right?
That would be awkward. You know, in the board minutes, if you're like, guys, remember that time when we said so we probably shouldn't have done that. You know?
I highly doubt it would be a corporation that chooses to do something like this. I think more likely it's individuals involved that recognize that it's beneficial to them if he gets assassinated.
Yep.
And so a small group of people carry something out. And with this kid, we don't know anything, right? And everyone stopped asking questions, and there was never a formal report. There was never press conferences where they detailed all the information that we know currently and where the investigation stands at the moment. What we know is you have a very young kid who was filmed. They knew he was there with a rangefinder a half an hour before the event. You also know that CNN streamed it live, which I do not believe they did for any other rally.
Nope.
And certainly not for a rally that's in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. Like, there's a lot of weird shit. The fact that they wouldn't let people be on that roof because the Secret Service lady said it was sloped and it was...
Well, here we go. We have the response, the formal response from CNN Communications, directly addressing this, which is very strange, saying CNN provided live coverage of Trump's Butler, PA rally in anticipation of news about his pick for vice president. Any suggestion contrary to that fact is completely false. Shenanigans. I say shenanigans, CNN. That makes no sense. Why would you live stream his rally in anticipation of his VP pick? Makes no sense. They'd have a crew there, as they normally do, and if Donald Trump says, we got a VP, we got a good one, he's good, they'd turn the cameras on. Then they'd go, breaking news, we have a report out of Butler, PA to Trump rally, he's announced his VP pick, and they'd roll tape. They wouldn't stream the whole thing. Doesn't make sense. Now again, doesn't mean CNN did it for any other reason. It could be that someone tipped them off saying Trump's going to announce his VP pick. I don't know why they assumed that. No one assumed that. And this is what really pisses me off, CNN. We had no privy to information. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. The Timcast crew, our company, we have many individuals who work here who are well connected. In fact, we have had Donald Trump on this show. Trump Jr. on a couple times, actually. We have had people from his administration, from various positions. We have had Kash Patel on the show, I think, like 3 times. Okay? The idea, you're going to come to me, okay, we're right by D.C., and say, you had privy to information that none of his inner circle was giving to anybody but CNN. Okay, I'm going to say it again. You know, it is fair to criticize Trump, because he likes to give media attention to these he likes to give attention to the corporate press. And we're always like, why is he always doing interviews with these garbage media companies? Talk to the independent media. Things have been changing recently. So I'm just going to say this. We had nothing. We were on top of this, as we have been quite a bit. Now, to be fair, like, I had no idea the Epstein thing was going to happen. Apparently none of the other people involved did as well. But you guys comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you believe CNN? To what degree did they have privy access or knowledge in this regard?
Why did that guy?
So ultimately, you know, as we're looking at the weirdness of that incident, we got a private investigator now saying there may have been an accomplice. May have been? There had to have been. As Joe pointed out, as I've pointed out numerous times, there's been no official story. There's been no formal story. We don't know anything about this guy. Okay, with 9/11, they're like, so these guys in these cities got in these planes at this time. They had these box cutters. This flight said, let's roll. That plane crashed. This plane left at this time, at this minute, causing... They've given us a detailed minute-by-minute breakdown. I've been to the Flight 93 Memorial. You go in there, and they've got a minute-by-minute breakdown of how this happened. Somebody shot the president in the side of the head, and he narrowly survived. Okay? It was millimeters away. And story's gone. Nobody knows. Now I got questions. Is the Trump administration, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, are they going to be digging into this one? Because I'm curious. What would they find, if anything? Now, the Democrats believe Trump staged this, but Trump was not in government. That would mean that elements of the FBI, the Secret Service, local police were like, let's secretly work with Trump and stage a fake assassination attempt. How? He's not in government. That would mean he was president the whole time. Are Democrats arguing that Donald Trump was out of office but secretly controlling the White House? I really doubt it. The policy was so dramatically different from Trump's first term to Biden's. So the only explanation would then be, if there is something nefarious, criminal elements in law enforcement, and as I've explained over and over again, it takes only one person in logistics. How do you do it? Imagine you're in a room with 5 doors, and you've got 5 security guards, or let's say you have 4 security guards. You go, all right, I'm going to give out assignments to all our security. You guard door 1, you're on door 2, 3, and 4. Don't worry, I'll take care of door 5. And they go, you got it, boss. Or actually, they don't even do that. They just go up to each individual and say, you're on door 1. Keep it a secret. You're on door 2. Keep it a secret. All doors are accounted for. Each individual sniper or cop is told, guard this area. What none of them know, because it's compartmentalized, is that one person in charge intentionally left a security hole. That's all it takes. And then this kid shows up. There's got to be a little bit more to it than that, because this kid brought a weapon in. He was flying a drone around, and nobody stopped him. I want answers. I don't think we're going to get answers. In the meantime, CNN, ain't nobody buying it. Again, I'm not accusing them of any wrongdoing, and it may be that they really just were trying to see if the VP was going to be announced, but why stream the whole rally if that's the case? That makes no sense. Who knows what tip they received? So, again, when people say the implication is CNN knew this would happen, Trump would be assassinated or someone's going to try, that's a leap. We know, what we do know is that it's weird. Literally, it's a fact statement. It is out of place. CNN wasn't covering any other rallies. So, riddle me this. I'm going to wrap it up there. We got more segments coming up. Stay tuned, and we will see you all shortly.